Hello and welcome back to Unreal Engine 5 Visual Novel and Narrative Game Design online course. In the last lesson we finished off with the focused event animation finished bind event and with the focused event and message test that we had, focused event proceed test. And in this one we're gonna create a event again to hide the focused event when we need to hide it. So let's begin with creating a custom event. Let's call it hide focus event. And for the first thing, let's ask a question. Branch. So an if statement. Let's get our boolean that's called focus active. So if it's not active, we shouldn't do anything. If it's active, we should do something. The reason is because we're going to be calling this from many places that were actually from when we are changing background, when we are asking a question, a yes/no question, or when we are in multiple choice questions. So these are the logical times that we could hide the focus event. We won't have a separate event to hide it. Anyway, so because it's going to be called from many places, it should only run then, not any other time. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy, let's put a bubble here, it shows, we're gonna copy this play pop animation, and since we are not inputting any texture, it won't change the icon, and let's say it's gonna go backwards, and after that we should hide the blur, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, that we created. From our HUD reference and set its visibility to hidden. And at the same time, let's say focus, afterwards, let's say focus is not active. So we deactivated it. Let's put a comment in this. And that's it pretty much. Now, let's begin with our change background, which is kind of simple. And we use this hide focus event. I'm gonna create another custom event and name it change background. The first thing we should do is hide focused event. And then we will continue with getting our HUD reference. I brought it from up here with copy. And get dialog and hide dialog. Because since the background is changing, we should hide the dialog that is already there. Also, if there is any character, or if there is a character, we should hide the character. I think we do have a function for this. We created one. No? No. Doesn't matter. We can always get character image and set visibility to hidden. And we connect this. And after we hide the character, we should do a fade. But now comes the tricky part. We have a fade in. We can ping pong this one and make a fade in out thing that we need. But to be honest, let's create a new one. I'm gonna click on animation on the fade widget and select new animation. And name it fade in out animation. On this one, I'm gonna select the image, and on track, I'm gonna add this image on the track. Now, the reason that I created a new animation is because we might need a little bit of custom time on this ping pong. So I'm gonna select an render opacity node, and for the first frame it should be 0, and let's say in 0.5 it should be 1, and 125, maybe 125 it should still be 1. So in this, between 0.5 and 1.25, we are keeping the 1 steady. We have to specify that, because if I, let's say, let's say it ends at 175 and I put 0 again here, if I didn't have this second one, it would have started to change value from 0.5 to 1.75. So all this distance here would be time, actually would be starting to change, to fade in anyway. Okay, let's compile and save. Exit our animation and go back to the graph. Now let's create another custom event. Play fade in, actually fade out in, anyway, names. Play fade out in, and let's play animation, copy pasted from above. I'm just gonna select a different animation as a target, as an animation. All right, compile and save. Now, for the interesting part, we're gonna bind, of course, animation finish something. So, same again, custom event, and let's call this fade out in finish. So what's gonna happen here is we are actually gonna get the add reference, gonna get dialog, and we're gonna show dialog. Why is it? Since we hid the dialog when we started changing background, we kinda need the intro again. Now, we could have gone another way. We could have used the fade in event or something like that, but in this way we have an intro line basically with at the same time that is fading in. Anyway, this is the way we did it. Compile and save, and let's get back to our script and call the fade out in event. Now, since we are changing background, we should actually change background, and this is where the custom time of this animation comes in play. That we know that this animation turns completely faded out at 0.5, so I'm gonna put a delay of 0. Let's say 51, and we're gonna change background. So I'm gonna get the HUD reference, get background, set texture from brush. And now, based on our system, our brush should be stored on background variable. Since we are passing through action, and action has next script row, and get script row, which gets all the information. Let's connect here, change background, compile and save, and let's create on a script some. We have the focus event. Let's add a fifth line. Make it a change background. Let's change music also. Put something. Yeah, that's fine. It has to stop though. Okay, and let's put a new background. Let's put streets. And a new script line, because background needs a script line. 5. Let's say expression was gonna be cheerful. And play on SFX. And the line is the background changed. Let's press play. Blah blah 1. Blah blah 2. This is line 3. This is a huge breakfast. And nothing is happening. Great. Let's test why. Let me just close the music. So let's test why. I'm gonna keep this on. I'm just gonna go back to the blueprint and test what's. Oh, yeah, I understand why. This, when the message ends, doesn't show proceed. So, oh, that's not it. That should be anyway, in any case. Oh, I'm just going to connect this. But after focus event, it seems we are not getting a proceed. Let's see what's going on. Yep, proceed doesn't show up. Okay, we're gonna solve this in the next one. This is it for now. Goodbye.